So a while back I made a video on how Paragon towers would look like if they could be buffed, and that video used a mod where you could buy the Paragon towers from the shop, and those would be buffable. And I only covered the 2 Paragons that are out at the time, but since then, well, there's 4 more Paragons that are added, and now I want to see, from Ninja Paragon all the way to the release of the Ace Paragon, Goliath Doomship, how far can they get if we can now buff them? So we'll use a Golden Village mod, along with all the other buffs that I probably don't need to explain, but let's begin. So I should clarify in advance that all these Paragons are degree 1. So just to give you some reference point, the degree 1 Paragon, Ninja Paragon, got to 162, unbuffed, on the same game mode and difficulty as what we're playing on right now. And yeah, based on looks of this, there's no surprise that it's gonna absolutely blow by that round. In fact, again, just another reference point for the Dart and Boomer Paragon. The max degree 1 versions of those even surpassed the degree 100. And not just by a little bit, but like by a landslide, so... the degree 100 Ninja Paragon got to 219, so we're probably expecting, my guess, at least 250. In fact, these may not actually be all the buffs that we could possibly give to the Ninja. I believe, well, I'll test if this mod allows Shinobi stacks to be added. Unfortunately, no. I would assume it's because it doesn't get counted as a Ninja, because this is technically separate from, like, the Ninja from the shop over here. Yeah, I have to assume, like, a no Shinobi army. But if there was a Shinobi army, well... it'd probably break the amount of rounds that are even available in this challenge, if I guess. Also, because this ninja is now shooting so fast, we can actually see more of its stun effect in action, thanks to the blue shurikens. For those who don't know, it's only the blue shurikens that stun, which I believe is every 8th shot from, like, the main gray shurikens, which basically all but guarantees that anything but a bad is easily going to be beaten. And as for how far no bads get, yeah, there's quite a long time for it to go, I would guess. Alright, we're cutting the crap and skipping all the way to around 200, so let's take a look at the single target DPS of the Ninja. About 40,000 or so. Now, surprisingly looking at this, I actually don't feel like it's going to make it to, or destroy the degree 100 record like I assumed it would. Because again, there's not really any more buffs I can give after this point, because no Shinobis. So if bads already get nearly halfway, pretty sure they scale more than double that amount in 50 rounds, but yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see. And also thanks to the increased attack speed, we basically spread the sticky bomb damage on basically every bat at once. For those who don't know, actually maybe I'll just put it on strong, just so we guarantee that the sticky bombs land on all the bats at all times. And of course, since they seek, we'll get the stun on them regardless. But yeah, max buff degree 1 has so much more utility than degree 100 because the attack speed only increases by about double from degree 1 to 100. But because, again, most of the max buffs come in the form of attack speed, it's basically at least a 6 times multiplier if you include Overclock, Ultra Boost, Homeland, Jungle Drums, Azalea, True Sun God, Perm Brew. I stand corrected from what I said earlier. The Ninja Paragon degree 100 died a bit earlier than this, skipping all the way to around 230, and it actually doesn't look like the bads are progressing at all. Didn't like around 200 get to like this 3rd log? I suppose that's a good sign, and I suppose I stand corrected because 250 certainly looks possible at this point. In fact, don't mind if I just skip all the way there right now. They've only made it 1 extra log in that 20 round difference. And again, the amount of bads don't really matter that much because there's so many second ones being thrown that at least 1 is guaranteed to be on the bads. That's a lot of shurikens right there. Now let's take a look at the DPS we're capping out on. I'm seeing 500k, 600k, alright. 900 for that, 1.4 million for that 1 frame. Although obviously not sustained, because I'm pretty sure the burst damage of the sticky is the reason why it like bounces widely. And it looks like bads are now turning or making it to the last log, so I predict about 5 more rounds or so. Yup, this might be the end, fellas. 258. And there's a lot of bats being popped, pretty much at the exit, so I gotta have the stun come in clutch here. And it does come in clutch, but I think we lack damage on the final bat there, yep. So close, but that's pretty much the end right there. Again, not too surprising considering the results of the previous 2 Paragons I tested. But once again, you can only imagine if I could Shinobi buff them, how much higher we would get. Now, next in chronological order would be the Bow Paragon, but I actually want to work from the ones that got the least rounds next. So, Edgy Paragon, precisely back when I tested it, got to round 170 and 207 for degree 100. Now, I believe there's a fatal flaw in this mod, in that you actually can't buff the spawn sentries, which pretty sure are the ones that will do the most damage. As you see, red sentry and blue sentry, they are not coded to, unfortunately, be their own thing. Even though, like, when I hover over them, kind of see that they have the buffs, but nope. They're just plain degree 1, so I guess this is going to be a slightly flawed test, and a quick one at that. We'll just see how much difference it makes for the NG, the main attack of the NG then. Which at this point, to no surprise, will probably be the strongest damager. I guess in a way it might be more interesting, because we don't know exactly how far it's going to survive, unlike the other ones, where we know it's at least like 40 rounds past the normal degree 100. So it might be interesting to get like a pretty close comparison. Obviously, these don't do 0 damage, but... So I'll just make sure to put them on like strong. Because yeah, bads are the biggest problem, but so far, so good it seems. Don't forget to the Master Builder self-overclocks itself each round, so after 30 rounds or so, it'll be at max overclock stacks. So it's only gaining in power, which is why the bads are only making a tiny inch of progress every single round here. I guess if you compare the damage of the mini Paragons compared to the main Master Builder, then yeah, it's like 3% of the damage at this point, so maybe the micro doesn't really matter too much. On that note, the explosions too, they wouldn't be buffed anyways by like max buffs, because attack speed and damage, not really. Of course, I'm still going to use it when it gets close though, and honestly, maybe Resort might have been a better map if had I known the Master Builder was going to work like this. Australian action might get more bats at once, because right now it's like, if there's multiple bats, then yeah, save the line, ISAB. If there's too many space bats, then the tower will fall behind. Okay, we're starting to approach some scare rounds, so I gotta put it on first for at least some moments, because its stunning attack with the nails is very crucial, except it's not like the Ninja Shuriken where the stunning attack can seek. So I need to find a careful balance between first and strong. So, time to see if the bad damage there and how much single turret we have. 15,000, so only a third of that of the Ninja Paragon. Don't forget, I can get a slight boost by doing some explosions. I feel like because, again, we're only able to target one at a time, it's the second bad that's gonna likely kill us, if anything. Yeah, I'll definitely pop one of them, alright, but number 2 is not looking possible at this rate. I'll try to see what I can do just by having a bunch of strong targeting at all times, even ignoring the FBFBs. Back to first for a moment, though. Back to strong, and first, and strong. I don't think whatever I do, though, it's gonna be popped. I'm not gonna lie, pretty close, though. 15% HP to go, but honestly, 15 is a lot when there's not really much we can improve on, so yeah, 200 is the end. Now, with the last 2 Paragons, the Ace Paragon's actually the one that got to the lowest round, but I do want to test the navarch of the Seas first, because I'm pretty sure the only reason why the Bull Paragon got further is because of the bad one-shotting ability. But because we have max buffs on these towers, I would assume that the stronger the tower is, the less important the one-shots are, because we get to like insane rounds like 250 or so, where there's just far too many F-bads for 2 hookins around to really make much of a difference, if that makes sense. Because like on 219, there's still like only 3 F-bads in a round or something like that. Yeah, these are all the buffs that we currently have on the boat, including the 20% from the aircraft carrier, so nice. And I don't know if the 10% attack speed on last applies, because again, these are separate towers from like the boat, sub, and the sniper, which the monkey knowledge gets 10% more attack speed up, but I'll just put it on last just cause. Yeah, you can already tell if it makes a difference just by testing it later on, but for now, yeah. Last is the way it's gonna blow by these early rounds here. Yes, imagine being so strong that by late game standards, 169 is considered very early. So this is the round that degree 1 Bolt Paragon unbuffed died to. Meanwhile, this thing still beats things in the first corner, even bads, not even using hook in. Now I could hook these bads in, but I'm just gonna show you how much damage we're getting. So 100,000 single target, that's double the amount that the ninja gets. For those who didn't want to do the math, pretty epic if I had to say so myself. And now jumping all the way to the round that degree 100 boat died to. And just effects too, I'm not gonna use any abilities. Okay, that's actually a pretty easy round. I guess I might have had an easier seed last time, because there are no F-bats everywhere for some reason. That's why, again, when some of you guys may test this yourself, I know a couple of you have left comments over time about how far you got in like 1 tower challenges, and sometimes some of you guys actually got further than me. And that's not because, well, actually it might be good because you're better. I'm definitely not the best player out there. But sometimes a round might be impossible for me, that might be possible for you, so just keep that with a grain of salt. At least for rounds past 140, because those are randomized now. Likewise, there's a chance you might be better than me, but you can't beat my highest round because your seed just got absolutely unlucky. So seeing how much more powerful this is compared to the Ninja Paragon, we're just gonna skip straight to 250 once more. I guess the only issue is that there's no stunning, so gotta rely on raw damage here. So there's even a chance that DTs might kill us. Single turret DPS, it's already higher than the Ninja Paragon. Saw 1.4 million at one point. And once again, no abilities, just to show you that we're capable of so much more with Mr. Bull Paragon here. Easy round. I'll skip the last targeting and go straight to strong now. Just in case it doesn't make a difference, and we can try last if we end up failing around. But for now, I think I need to focus the darts on the F-bat at least. Alright, enough goofing around here. I think it's actually time to start taking it serious. We'll start using the hooking abilities. Those ZMG insights are getting very deep. So when you hook it in, you want to like make sure you don't hook in like no HP F-bats like I did right there. That was kind of a bad hook in. Again, no pun intended. But I guess we're fine, because we can beat the 3 of those groups. Felt kind of close without the natural hook in. This round here, I'm just going to hook in that 1 F-bad. Hopefully, the cooldown comes up to get another bad here. I should mention that the cooldowns actually don't get reduced from degree 1 to 100. At least we're working with the degree 1 cooldown, because it does get twice the cooldown. Also, we died to SRAMs there. But yeah, I guess that's the one catch. Maybe I should use one hook in very early then. Like, I'll hook in the first one so we target this one faster. And then we'll be able to hook in extra F-bad for the end of this round. That's going to be very important for the Ace Paragon, because a lot of the damage comes from the Carbon Bomb, so I guess there's still a good chance that the Navarch of the Seas max buff remains king. But yeah, watch this here. I'm going to hook in this one, and then we only have 1 left, and that should make it a lot easier. So much so I can put it in first. And yep, natural hook in will get DTs. Or not. I guess it was still on cooldown or something. Regardless, I guess it's a good time to try last targeting whenever possible, just to see if it'll make a difference at all. Alright, new strat. Let's just hook in the last F-bad. Okay. I don't know how I'm dying with DTs with that much distance. Let's take a look at this one more time here. So DTs, yep. There's no natural hook in. Let's try the following strategy. I'm going to leave it on last and hook in this bat, F-bat over here, immediately. Because the last two are like, they're kind of clumped together, so I guess I could damage both at once. Like, if that makes any sense, we'll pop it a bit earlier in the track, so come on. I'll do last starting now, just in case it makes a difference. And let's see. This has got to do it. Nope. Well, I'm done. I've tried this round a dozen times. It might be possible to get through it, but we'll leave it at that for now. And now let's test the final Paragon. So here we go. Let's get her down right over here. I just realized that Ace Micro is going to be a nightmare, because this is not really a great Ace spot. It's too down-oriented. But regardless, I will try my best and see where that takes us. So I think there's one problem with the Ace Paragon here, at least the one from the shop, is that I actually can't give it the 20% buff. As you see, there's no 20% buff from that one. I guess I gotta test by dropping an Ace Paragon here. Nope, this one doesn't. And what if I did the official navarch Paragon? That also does not buff it. Not that I would keep it anyways, but yeah. So unfortunately, we're missing a 15% speed buff, which I guess there's not much I can do about that. And also, I don't think I could target the card bombs here. At least the modded one. So it's gotta be left with the default top left to bottom right targeting. Yikes. But I guess not that the damage would matter much anyways, because again, it's like when you buff the attack speed, I don't think that buffs the damage of the card bombs at all. And neither do damage buffs really make much of a difference. Alright, I guess one thing I can do here to simulate the aircraft carrier buff is to just use the rate changer mod. So it gives you precisely a 17.6% attack speed increase. 1 over 0.85 for those curious. Once again, we're going to skip the BS and go right to 200. It looks like this DPS is about similar to Ninja Paragon. If the Ace is like far away, I saw it peaked at like 100k when it was right on top of it. So again, feels like Micro is going to be of the utmost importance. I guess for single target balloons, Wing Monkey is alright to do for now. And now all the way to 250, so I might need to start doing some Micro here. Maybe just a little bit of reverse targeting to change where the Ace is, if it's in a weak spot. Like, for example, I want to get the F-bats there, so I'll reverse it again. This bat's going to pop very late, so let's do a Carbon Bomb. Wait for it now. And then reverse targeting once again, right? Okay, we don't have to. That stun can clutch, though. And, okay, looks like I died to SRAM. So that was the problem with the Ace Paragon. Like, the darts going everywhere are simply too unreliable that even stray SRAMs can get through. So we need to give, like, a lot of leeway for DDTs and whatnot. One more Card Bomb, and I think we're... Yeah, this is way better. Far better of a run. These two bats are probably really late, so it's probably the end. Since I still have that Card Bomb on cooldown, yeah. So again, that's where the lack of cooldown decrease hurts the Ace Paragon. Even though we have the Energizer, it simply doesn't make up the 50% we usually get. I probably gotta do some better Micro this round. Like, I'll do Wing Monkey. Back to Circle. Back to Figure Infinite, for those wondering. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing here. But I'm doing my best. I'll do reverse targeting here to snipe the BFBs, because I'm probably dead. Yep. Okay, I think we're finally starting to get the hang of 254 here. This run looks absolutely amazing. I'll just keep my carbon bomb. I don't think it really does much damage at this point. You just gotta save it for, like, DDTs, basically, so come on. Nice. And here's the last pad. So again, Wing Monkey, back to infinite, and I survived without carbon bomb, too, so that's good. Not sure how much longer I can keep this up, though. I keep dying to, like, or at least having to need a restart every single round here. Get the god tier micro. At this rate though, yeah, we can definitely tell it's not gonna make 16 rounds. Yeah, we're only peaking at 1.1 million damage, and that's like at the best case scenario. I'll do one card bomb because I think that one's gonna pop really soon. So let's see. That was good. Good stun. We're probably dead to the FCMGs here. If we can't beat FCMG at this point, then yeah, we're definitely boned. That's about where I expected it to end. Anyways, that's it for today. Yeah. Leave a like, because my account actually got flagged by playing these mods somehow in Challenge Editor. Don't worry, I'll get it fixed. See you guys next time.